How's everybody today?
Good.
Good. I have some good news for you. Let's say, really?
Really?
I have some good news for you. I don't drink anymore. Look at Anthony. He's saying no less either. But I don't drink anymore. My doctor told me to stop drinking or I was going to die. You know what I did? I got me a new doctor. First of all, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a drinking story and it's a war story at the same time, so it's going to be kind of good. That combination will make it good, I would think. And the setting is, several years ago, I was stationed in Alaska, and me and a friend of mine lived off base, Larry Smith and Ron Jones. Everybody called us Alias Smith and Jones. We were best friends, and we competed at everything, literally everything. Who was the best dressed, who had the fastest car, who had the prettiest girlfriend, everything. We competed at everything, even drinking. It was during the Cold War, and at this time, the Soviet Union was a major threat. And we were stationed in Alaska, and our mission was separate from the rest of the lower 48, the rest of the military. Our mission was to airdrop an elite unit, and they were to set up a perimeter so that an airborne bulldozer operator, an airborne bulldozer could drop, and they would make a landing strip so that the planes could land and go fight the Russians or the Soviets on their own soil, because the Alaska pipeline was a major threat, because they didn't want anybody to blow up the fuel chain. So anyway, in competing at being this elite soldier, our squad had the mission of playing Russian soldiers. And since me and Larry competed at everything, we even came up with Russian names and competed and pretended to drink vodka. And in Russia, vodka means little water. It even looks like water, but it's a dangerous drink. So we used to drink water, and we came up with Russian names. I was Vladimir, he was Nikolai, and we competed at everything. So naturally, during the weekend, we wanted to keep up the tradition of studying the Russian culture, naturally. So we went out, and sometimes we would drink vodka. This particular night, we were both out. We were both dressed well. We would always go in separate cars just in case one of us got lucky to take a pretty girl to breakfast or something like this. Naturally. This particular night, Larry was beating me in the picking up girls category and everything, and the night got older and older. And around 2 o'clock, I decided, since he was beating me at everything, I decided that I would go home and at least beat him home. So about 10 until 2, I was going to get away from the bar, beat the 2 a.m. rush. So I left the bar, and Benson Boulevard, where we lived off base, is like the streets of San Francisco. You start out here, and it's a very steep street, and it continually goes down, kind of like a roller coaster. Now, my car knew the way home, and so did I. My car knew it was 5 steep hills and 3 lights. Take a right after the 3rd light on Northern Lights, and you're at my apartment complex. Well, the Anchorage Police Department knew that these steep hills were conducive to sit underneath the hills and wait for people leaving the bar at 2 a.m. And I wasn't speeding per se, but you know, when you get that going down the hill feeling, and you get that stomach dropping like you're on a roller coaster, or when your car goes over a hill a little bit too fast, and I got that feeling, so I noticed I was going too fast. But also what made me notice I was going too fast was the blue lights in my rear view. I pulled over quickly. The officer pulled me over. I presented my license, had my registration ready. The officer took my license and was looking at my license, and he looked me in the eye, and he said, "Where are you going so fast, Mr. Jones?" And I said, "I'm headed home, Altifer." No, actually, I didn't say that. He said, "Where are you going so fast, Mr. Jones?" I said, "I'm headed home, officer." said, why are you buying? No, I didn't say that either. He didn't say if I was drinking. And then I noticed his eyes, as he looked away, began to get really big. I mean, really big. And he stepped quickly to my car like that, and about that time, a car came by really fast. And that was about the time it would take for the bars to close, about that 10 minutes that it was taking a car to get where I was. So he looks me square in the eye, and he says, wait right here. And he bolted back to his cruiser. He gets in his cruiser and he takes off, going after the speeding car. And I wait for a while, and then I rationalize. He didn't say how long. So I headed straight home. But instead of going straight home, I took the right, the very next right. Not to elude the officer, but I was up, I might as well have breakfast. So I went to the IHOP and I got my favorite breakfast, a Rudy Tooty fresh and fruity breakfast with the pancakes, strawberry pancakes with the whipped cream, the bacon and the eggs, and I had my breakfast. And then I headed straight home, the back way. After I made it home with my full stomach, I was in bed sleeping like a